as far as how they look while you're wearing them,
I'm a huge fan.
hey, what's happening, y'all? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you again. I woke up early this morning so I could put this review together for y'all, and I cannot wait to get into this pair of shoes. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Ma Maniére while you were sleeping Air Max 95s. It is a beautiful morning out here. It's cold, but it seems like it's going to be a really nice day. Let the weekend come. It's time to chill. Let's talk about some dope shoes. I have been loving the Ma Maniére While You Were Sleeping series. I didn't grab the Jordan 39s, but I have grabbed the 3s and I grabbed the 4s. For me, when I initially saw photos, there were 4 pairs that I felt like I really needed to grab from this whole collection. That was the 3, the 4, the Air Max 95, and then the Air Force One. I don't know if there's been an announcement on when those Air Forces are dropping, but that's really the last pair from this series that personally I want to add in my collection. They all come with this same box. It opens from the center. You kind of fold the wings out like that. That reveals the Ma Maniére A, and then there's a 10 underneath of it. This whole collection is to celebrate Ma Maniére's 10-year anniversary, so I think that's pretty cool. Then real quick, I've been over this with the other pairs as well, but underneath of the lid and lining the whole box, you have this kind of silver metallic effect, and it's got that Ma Maniére A texture all over it. I think that gives it a very premium presentation, along with the fact that it has this cool burgundy cloth in there. But I will say I would take this cloth out immediately. I've done that with all my pairs, just so that the color doesn't bleed on the shoes. I have seen some pictures where that happens. The tag reads Air Max 95 SP. The colors are dark violet ore and burgundy ash. As you can see, the top number is men's size 10. That is my true to size. That's what I went with in this one. I think for both the other pairs that I've got so far from the While You Were Sleeping pack, they did extended women's sizing. So you kind of had to calculate. All you do is add 1.5 to your usual men's size, and that's how you figure out what the equivalent women's size is. I grabbed these from the Ma Maniére website, and I did hear a lot of people that were reluctant to try for them on the Ma Maniére website, simply because I think with the 4s, shipping took a long time. I think it took me a little over 3 weeks to get my pair. But when it comes to these beauties, it didn't take that long at all, and I am telling you what, I have no regrets from buying this shoe from the Ma Maniére website. I know that typically Ma Maniére does charge a good bit for shipping, and honestly, I forget what they even charged on this pair. The Air Max 95 is not a silhouette that I have a lot of in my collection, and I definitely don't have any that have this premium of a look or feel. I'm a big fan of this color palette. I know Ma Maniére has kind of been using the same colors and that sort of thing. However, on this silhouette and with all these little special touches that we'll get into, I really feel like this is something fresh, and it does feel like something new, at least to me. Stick around till the end because I am very anxious to get these on feet, so I want to show y'all what they look like, and we can talk about sizing and that sort of thing. So starting with the outsole, all the traction is just a black hard rubber, and in the front of the shoe, underneath of the forefoot, it's kind of like a waffle traction pattern, but it's just all a black color. And then in the middle, you can see sort of this bubble effect, and it's got all those Ma Maniéres there within that, and it's also got some Nike branding there just at the midfoot. But I love the look of that outsole. I think having that bubble peek through with all the Ma Maniére branding on it, I think that's a wonderful touch. I think even the outsole of these looks cool. I'll sit the left shoe aside simply because it's got this tag on it. It's similar to the tag that we've seen on the 3 and the 4 as well, but that's just on the laces. I'm also going to sit aside the spare laces that came with it. It came with this kind of light pinkish gray color lace in there, a rope style, but it also came with these gray laces and another spare of black rope laces, and it looks like these have little speckles of reflective through it. One thing I really like about this black midsole, aside from having all these iconic air units visible underneath the heel as well as the forefoot, I really like the way that they made this black material flat, like it's not shiny or glossy. I really think that complements the shoe really well. But as I already said, you can see those huge air units in the back as well as the front of the shoe. As we come to the upper of the shoe, on the mudguard, we have a nice leather, and that's kind of like in a burgundy brown color. We have Ma Maniére branding etched into that leather, and I think that's a very high-end look. I like that it's not like a walking billboard, but they still put their branding on it, but it's tasteful, so it's not shouting at you. But we've got that etched into that leather overlay on both shoes, and it looks like for the base of the shoe, that brown or burgundy leather kind of continues the whole way around. Got a lot of stripes of different material kind of working their way up. I'm not sure if this second material up is reflective, but it kind of looks like it would be. That's a smooth material, and that might be the only synthetic stripe that we have on this upper. But then on top of that, it's met with sort of a light pink. I would call that a nubuck, but it feels very premium. And then just above that, we've got a gray nubuck that feels very premium. And at the top, we have this brown or burgundy color, and it's got little perforations all through it, but again, it feels like a very premium material. Then as we get to the top where we meet the laces, that kind of feels like a synthetic material, and again, that's got a little bit of a sparkle to it, which makes me wonder if it's got a little bit of reflective, or maybe it's just like a glossy leather. Going up the tongue, we do have a hit of reflective. I know that's reflective because last night I was looking at these in the house, and that was just glowing at me because it was reflecting the light from my kitchen. The base of the tongue is a nice nubuck, and then at the top, it seems like we've got a really premium feeling leather, as well as some Ma Maniére branding where we typically see the Air Max badge. The top of the tongue doesn't have any piping going along it. It sort of has that unfinished or that slimmed down deconstructed look, and I think that's another premium looking touch. Then for our collar, we can see that we've got a really nice leather sock liner in there. That's part of why I went true to size as well, because if I go a half size up and it's a leather sock liner, my heel tends to slip in and out of the shoe, and I can't stand that. So even if these are a little snug, I think it'll be all right. I didn't mention that we've got a Nike swoosh embroidered on there towards the back of the shoe, and I think that's in a burgundy color. And then on the inside of the shoe, once again, we have a little bit of Ma Maniére branding, but it's not real loud. You may not even notice that, but it's an A, and it's etched in, and it almost looks like it has a little bit of like a gold accent on it. On the heel, we have another hit of reflective, and we get a big Ma Maniére A, and then we also have some Nike branding just above that. The back of the tongue kind of reminds me of what we saw for the liner of the box. It's just kind of metallic looking, and it's got that Ma Maniére A for the texture all over it. And then the insole is another premium touch, and it's got that Ma Maniére A texture all over that as well. So that was a pretty quick look at these in hand. I'm gonna hurry up and throw these on feet so we can see how they look, and we'll talk about sizing. I will be right back. All right, so I have these bad boys on feet, and I absolutely love them. They feel very premium on foot, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's the leather sock liner combined with that insole that has that texture all over it, but they're surprisingly comfortable, and going true to size worked out perfectly. I think if you have narrow feet, you may even want to go a half size down, simply because of that leather sock liner. It may create a little bit of heel slippage, but with me having wide feet, going true to size in this Air Max 95 worked out perfectly. As far as how they look while you're wearing them, I'm a huge fan. I don't know what else I can say, but I am definitely digging the design of these shoes. I think these look premium, but they have a very classy look to them as well. It's not real loud, it's not real bright, but they're definitely going to get you noticed. Got to get you that top-down POV. Y'all gotta let me know what you think about these. Let me know if this is a pair you'd wear or if you're just gonna pass on them. All right, I hope that was enough to give you a good look at these Ma Maniére while you were sleeping Air Max 95s. Really, now that I have this pair, the next one on the list is those Air Force Ones, and I will be quite content if I can have those 4 silhouettes from this collection. Let me know what you all think about these. Let me know if there's any pairs from the While You Were Sleeping pack that you picked up. Let me know what you think about the Air Force Ones, or maybe there's a different silhouette that you prefer out of this whole pack. But I appreciate you all watching tremendously. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.